Actually, I don't know where to look because I'm doing a video for my YouTube peoples, and I guess I thought it was just a good subject to come and talk to my Instagram people as well. So if you see me looking back and forth, it's because I'm killing two birds in one stone. So I hope you guys get on here. This is very interesting. This topic. Um, and I'm just doing it based on experience, okay guys? We want to talk about nosy neighbors, nosy negative neighbors, negative people. Listen, negative people surround us all. You got positive and negative. I feel like you couldn't live without it. It's a balance, you know? Life is a balance. Anyway, my name is Rosa. Let me see if I can put it down here because I feel confused. Hey, talking to you guys. Whoa, it's raining. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, so guess what happened now? Ooh, Lord, I'm sorry, guys. I'm all over the place. Okay, that's better because I'm looking here, I'm looking there. I didn't know where to look. I'll wait for you guys to get in here just a little bit. Because I don't really want to repeat myself. But anywho, I guess you guys can, what you would call, watch it over on replay. Watch this over on replay, guys. Today in New York, it's it's raining. It's actually thundering, and I'm outside in my car. Do you hear it? I'm outside of my car. I'm actually at work. I'm outside of my car. Ay, ay, ay. Thank God I didn't have my. I like to have my roof open. My roof is not open right now, guys. I'm just gonna be working while I'm talking to you guys, straight up. So this video came from my YouTube, one of my YouTube subscribers. Um, I'm taking questions now, which I love. Um, keep on sending your question, guys. I love helping you guys. We're definitely dealing with mental health issues and just subjects about what's going on in the world. There's so much going on, guys, and each one of us have different information. Lord have mercy. God, let me just get through this video now. Cha. Anyway, guys, thank you, Instagram. Thank you, YouTube. I wish I had another camera. I'll do a Facebook, but there's a way to do all your video one time, and it's called StreamYard, I guess. But there's so much apps on your phone, so much storage. It's just ridiculous. I don't want to do that. I got so much apps on my phone. Like, they got to come up with something better. I actually like the website, but I don't know. Anyway, let's start. So the question was asked, what can we do about negative people in society, especially our neighbors? We are all neighbors. Whether we live next to each other or work next to each other, we are all neighbors. Okay? And we live in this society where it's positive and negative. Like I always say, take what you want, throw away the rest. So for me, I try not to be around like negativity, but you really cannot. Like, you can get around that because it's you surrounding yourself with the people that you want to surround yourself. So as much as I can, you try to surround yourself with positive people, but you have to learn how to deal with the negative people as well. You got to learn how to deal with them. They're everywhere. They're homeless, they're at your job, they're in your home, your family, your spouse. Ugh, it's draining. So the questions was asked. The lady would like to know what to do when you're in your house and your house is peaceful, and your neighbor is not peaceful, and you don't talk to your neighbor. And that's in any situation. Right now we're talking about a living situation. My thing is, if I'm in my house, that's my peace. That's my sanctuary. I really shouldn't care what's going on with my neighbor next door. That's her business or his business. Because just like I'm in my house and I like my peace, maybe my next door neighbor is somebody loud, you know? Who am I to go over to their neck of the wood and tell them how to live their life? I'm in my peace. If you could ignore it as much as you can, fine. But if it's a thing where your neighbor is 12, 1 o'clock at night playing loud music, and you maybe got a baby next door, the person that asked the question say they don't really speak to their neighbors, but that's one thing. Whether it's lending them a smile, and I know people could be difficult, but damn, we live in this society. We got to get along with our neighbors. So my thing is, even if you don't talk to them, lend them a smile sometime. Or like my neighbors, my two neighbors next door. When I'm talking about neighbors, I'm talking about my next door neighbors. Um, I lived there for a while, so we know each other. Even though they pass off the apartment to other people, um, for the most part, they're very, very quiet. Everybody in my circle, like in my corner, is pretty quiet. But if it was a case where, let's take the downstairs neighbor for instance, she's always like banging. She take the broomstick and she bangs, and it's fine, you know. Maybe my son is doing jumping jacks in there or whatever he's doing. And because I know her and I know that's how she is, I'm not going to go downstairs and argue with her. I just ignore her. You know, she's just telling me, please, too much noise. But instead of coming upstairs and having a conversation, that's her way of doing it. She doesn't do it all the time. But when she do it, I know my son is getting ridiculous. And I just talk to him and he stops and that's okay. And then when I see her, I laugh at her. I tell her, I say, oh, you got to open your mouth and speak to people, guys. I don't know. Everybody's different, but I just tell her, if you develop a relationship with your neighbors, I mean, some people live in a building for years and never speak, but you can learn a smile or something, so that if something go wrong, you're just not approaching this person, and you could be negative too sometimes and don't know it. So like that neighbor that always knocks on the floor, when I see her in the hallway, I say, oh, my son was making too much noise, and she'll smile, and that's it, it's over. But like, for instance, the block that I live on, we live around a lot of, not to offend anyone, but Dominican neighbors. People from the islands, they're just used to like a lot of noise and everything. So this is what happened. What happened is, on the weekend, it's expected, like in the Bronx, we know they're going to make a lot of noise and everything. But sometimes you are so tired, you're in your house, even if you close the windows, you can still hear the noise. Some people call the cops on them, but I just closed my window and everything. And sometimes I'm happy when people call the cops on them, because just for like noise control. Because it could be annoying, but it's a bunch of them outside having fun. So sometimes you just have to ignore things, But if you're living next to someone and the noise is too much, it's just all about courtesy. How to deal with that noisy neighbor is just simply having a conversation nicely, you know. And some people, you really gotta be careful how you approach them. You first give them a compliment. That's what I would do. I know we live next door to each other. We never spoke. My name is such and such. What's your name? Because some people never even know their neighbor's thing. Oh, I have a new baby, and I know you guys like to play your music, and I don't have a problem with that. But can you just like tone it down some? And then now, like, once you develop that relationship, whenever it's getting too much for you, at least now you can go, because you already warned the person, right? You have that dialogue going, so now at least you can say something to the person. And just don't stop there, like my neighbors, like if they're having parties, they'll invite me and stuff, but I'll never really go. In the beginning I would go, but now I don't go. So it's just about having a conversation with people. If your neighbors are loud, or the kids are in the hallway, they have a tendency of going in the hallway playing and everything, you just simply say to the kids, tone it down, or go tell the parents, tone it down, you know because really they shouldn't be playing in the hallway, but they're just kids. Let them live. Sometimes I think people, honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. Sometimes, guys, I think people make a big deal out of nothing. Just live your life, live in the moment, enjoy your life. If it's not violence in the hall, you're in your house, right? That's your peace. If it's not violence, or somebody's getting killed in the hallway or whatever, basically just relax. You got your own house. You can close your door and relax. That's my suggestion. You asked me, so I'm telling you. As far as the people in the neighborhood that's like just hanging out on the block, how I remedy that, I don't speak to a lot of people in my neighborhood, but I feel their presence. I know they're there. If I feel like saying hi to them, I'll say hi to them. If they lend me a smile, I'll take their smile. It's an even exchange, and I'll keep moving. But the thing about it is like, especially if you have kids, I believe in a take a village. So if you see someone kid getting harassed or something, and you're in the neighborhood, you know this person for years, but you don't speak. At least you could intervene and see what's going on. Like, are you okay? You just ask the kid, are you okay? You know, it's simple. People like to mind their business these days. They just, everybody turning the blind eye. That's why I feel like sometimes things just get out of control, you know. I remember like when my son used to go to school, my big son, one day he got into a conflict, and thank God, even though me and my neighbor didn't speak, he intervened, you know, and made sure my son got home safe and sound, you know. But people don't, a lot of people don't do that these days, but that's the right thing to do. So for the YouTube subscriber that asked me how to deal with a negative neighbor, basically, you're go in your home, mind your business, and close your door and have your peace. That's it. If they're not saying anything or approaching you, it's okay. Smile, go on your way. If you don't want to smile, just go on your way. They shouldn't affect you at all. You got to know how to ignore people. You got to know how to deal with people. Okay. Um, as far as the noise, like I said, some people call the police on because of noise control. But if I'm in my house, it really doesn't affect me. If my neighbor, my direct neighbor next to me, is gonna have a party and I know they're having a party, I'll go over there and ask them for some food. I do. I know them for a long time, you know. Spanish neighbors, you know, they cook that good Dominican food. I ask them for some food, and that's it. I close my door. How is it affecting me? You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I was talking to somebody the other day, right? You know, I'm an advocate for domestic violence. And as I'm talking to the person the other day, this is a great example, guys. Um, the next door neighbor was having a dispute with her husband and ran into the person that I was talking to house. Ran in there. That is so dangerous. But the area that that particular person that I was speaking to on the phone, or like in New York, I know people do it in New York, but I would never. I don't leave my house door open. As soon as I open my door, I go and I lock my door. My house is not an open door policy, so I'm not gonna have my door open like that, because that's what happens. People run in on you, and then you're just like, you're in your peaceful home, right? And people run in on you, and you're like, you're taken like in shock because your house door was open, so it was inviting to her to come in. You know, she's having a conflict with her husband. Your door is open, so she runs in there. You know what could happen? Like if the husband was like, if the abuser was like off the top of his head, angry at her and just was raging, you know what could happen to everyone in that home? He could have came in there and killed everybody in the home. This is why I keep telling people that's going through a domestic violence situation, stop running to people's house that they know like they're friends and everything, because you're getting them involved in your conflict. Let me just take this time to say, I always have to talk about domestic violence. Let me just take the time to say, if you are going through domestic violence, you need to leave. That is not no love. It's not going to get better. I'm going to give out this, it's safehorizon.org. Now that I started talking on that just a little bit, I want to tell you guys, safehorizon.org. Call them and let them change your lock, legal work, and everything else. But that situation with that man, that abuser running in after his wife, could have went bad. And those people in the house really had to be careful how they intervene in that conflict. So, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Your neighbor got you involved in something that you didn't want to be a part of because your home was open. Obviously, she didn't feel any boundaries, or she was just too scared and she ran into the home, and that could have went bad. But after, I don't know if the cops was called or anything, because I was basically telling the person on the phone that yes, you want to help somebody and everything because she's in a domestic violence situation, but you don't know how violent this guy is. You don't know. So I'm like, all you can do is like perhaps call the cops for her or something. But you know, these victims, they have Stockholm syndrome, so they identify with the abuser, and that could have went all the way left. But thank God everything was okay. But you know, you guys got to be careful. You know, just like I said, when you go in your house, that's your peace right there. I don't see how anything over here is, if it's not a fire or somebody is dying or my child is involved in a conflict. I don't see how I should get involved with what's going on with my neighbor. It's none of my business. You know what I mean? And I hope that answered your question. I hope I answered to the best of your ability. But negative and positive is a part of society. You choose what you want to get involved with. Um, you also have to learn how to solve conflict, emotional intelligence, and just know and always trust your gut, first of all. Trust your guts to help you in situations that you get yourself involved in. Because just like that person that was in their house while I was on the phone with them, didn't know that this lady was going to, so much things could have went wrong. You know what I mean? That's how you see people you see them on the news. Somebody just rushed in and people just died and all kind of craziness. So you just got to be careful, guys. Obviously, the lady felt really comfortable running in that particular home. You know what I mean? And that person with the house door open was caught off guard as well. You know what I mean? How do you deal with a negative neighbor? Again, you just mind your business and keep on pushing on going, and I also mind your business. If they're having, like, sometimes in certain neighborhood they have, and you don't want to be that standoff either, because you might need help. Like I always say, I know another particular person that live in a neighborhood and they don't know nobody. But if you have kids, you at least need to get involved with one neighbor at least, because if something happened and you might need the kid to be picked up from school, or you might need whatever help from that neighbor, groceries, watch your kid for a night, or whatever it is. You never know, emergency happens. You need to get cool with somebody that is on the same frequency. You know what I mean? You can't just not talk to everybody on the block. You know what I mean? Or everybody in your neighborhood. You need to lend a smile every now and then. That's what I'm saying. You need to have emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying, guys? You can't just live in a world by yourself. It's not like that. You know what I mean? Even though a lot of people don't trust people now because of everything that's going on in society and people are so fake and phony, you still have to at least connect with at least one person. You can't. No man is an island. No man is an island. No man stands alone. I want to thank you guys again for listening. Continue to send in your questions. I appreciate it. We speak about everything here, drugs, whatever is going on in society, especially mental health, domestic violence. I'm here to talk about it. Spirituality, I'm here to talk about it. I wasn't expecting to do this video, but the lady asked me to do it. So send them in, and I'll be glad to do them for you. We do prayer as well. My email address is rosasresources@gmail. My channel is growing thanks to you guys. When I get to 500 subscribers, I will be giving away one of my bags from my collection. It's a tote bag, guys. You know, like when you go to grocery, you can put your stuff in. Those bags are originally $20, so you will be getting that. My 500 subscriber will be getting a bag free of charge. Please go over. I know you guys are listening on YouTube, and thank you for the people listening on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Everything I do is under Rosa's Resources. Please subscribe. Thank you for your subscription. Please note, October 15th is my birthday, and I'm having a healing event. Healing from trauma, healing from abuse, preferably narcissistic abuse. I will walk you guys through the process of escaping, just healing. You're going to get foot massage, not a pedicure, but a foot massage. You'll get like an hour-long foot massage. We'll go across the street to the restaurant. We'll have brunch. The event starts at 10 o'clock in Long Island. I do not pay for transportation. You'll get there. It's going to be in the Massapequa section of Long Island. Up on payment of $100, you will get the two locations. We'll meet there. We'll meet first in the Spar. We'll meet at the Spar, and then right across the street is the restaurant. You will get everything once your payment of $100 is paid. Food and massaging, foot massages included. I do not pay for transportation. Okay, guys, and that's October 15th at 10 a.m. in the morning. We'll go and get our foot massages collectively first, and then we'll go across the street for brunch at an Italian restaurant. Very, very good. I eat there all the time. Very friendly service. The food is delicious. You'll have a choice between fish, chicken, and steak. That's a full meal. Um, yeah. Okay, and they do serve alcohol, but I do not drink, and I do not support that. But if you guys want to do that, that's an additional charge to you. If you want to go to the event, guys, send me an email, rosasresources at gmail. That's roses with the S, resources with the S at gmail, and I will send you the PayPal invoice. You make a payment, secure your spot, and that's it. Okay, send your questions in, guys, regarding any subject you want me to speak on. All right. Thank you guys so much, Instagram. I really appreciate you guys. I just started coming over here about 2 months now to bear my soul because it's necessary. You can find me on all my platforms under Rosa's Resources. I thank you guys. By the way, thank you guys for sending me an invitation to your events. All right, whatever events it is. I'm going to a polio event very soon. Polo event, with the horse and I don't know, look like they're golfing. Um, and I thank you guys so much. Continue to send um, whatever it is. I like to try new things. So whatever events you're having, continue to send it in. I appreciate it. Okay, guys? Have a great, whatever state, by the way. Thank you guys for reaching out. Have a great day.